Music Access. We talked about a Korean variety show called Infinity Challenge on All That K with Karen on Monday. Remember that? The program is currently showing the process of famous musicians and Infinity Challenge members working together for their biannual Infinity Challenge Music Festival. On a recent episode, JYP, who was partnered up with the main MC Yoo Jae-seok, mentioned that once he has a keyword for a song, the rest comes easily. Once he has a keyword, the message he wants to convey, the truth in the song all follow suit. So, hit songs like Wonder Girls' Tell Me, Nobody, Rain's 태양을 피하는 방법 or Avoiding the Sun, G.O.D's Lie, are all songs that were written within 3 hours after the keyword was selected. So, if JYP's secret to writing hit songs is choosing a keyword, that's something we might be able to benchmark, right? What about making this month of August a big hit? What do you want to select as your keyword for this month? The first song you heard today, Sunday, August 2nd, 2015, was Full-Time Job by Manso. What's up, guys? It is a Sunday here in Korea, which means, of course, that for a lot of people, they are going to church. And this weekend is apparently the crazy holiday weekend for Korea. Everyone's going on a hyuga or vacation. And the streets are pretty filled up just because people are going all over the place. And I'm here in the studio talking to all my MA fam, of course, because, who needs a vacation when you have a big family, right? Although if everyone in my family went on vacation to Korea, then we could meet everyone and have a great time. But that's, I guess, a different story. But yeah, guys, vacation time. Alright, so our Sunday corner scribble is just that. The corner's for you to think freely and just doodle out your thoughts. It's a chance for you to be honest to yourself and think about what was hard, what was embarrassing, what was a proud moment, and etc. from the past week. Or just go ahead and share with me anything you want to talk about. Go ahead and share with us by writing scribble on your title. Here's how you can listen and participate. If you have a smartphone, you can download the Arirang Radio app or TuneIn Radio app to listen to our programs and send in your messages in real time. And if you use a computer, just visit www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess to listen to us or leave your messages. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. And remember, guys, if you have any songs you want to request to listen to on the radio or songs that you think I should kind of check out, go ahead and send a song request on our message board by posting under the title Request. Now, before we come back with our corner scribble, let's check out 2 tracks. The first song is Womanizer by Britney Spears, followed by Miss Independent by Neo. Wanna be with you, and if you feel the same, shall we meet here? Will you tell me your story? If you're shy, you can playfully scribble, and if you don't know where to start, you can start with the doodle and scribble. Good job! That's how we'll begin our story. I wanna be with you. Our Sunday corner scribble is just that. This corner is for you to think freely and just doodle out your thoughts. Just as you kind of doodle or, scribble without thinking on a blank notepad, consider Music Access on Sunday. Just that. Go ahead and write in about whatever you want to, about whenever you want to go to, or if you have any questions or comments for me, go ahead and write in. Go ahead and share with us by writing scribble on your title. Now let's go to our first message from Claudia from Chile, saying, finally, after postponing it continuously, I took a break from the daily routine, paused a bit, and decided to take a book and read it and stop time for a while. Because of university, family/friend issues, and life in general, I had given up on one of my favorite hobbies. I laid down on my bed, pressed play to a fantastic playlist with every song by Hyogo, and read Paper Towns, a novel by John Green. I had missed the feeling of traveling through time and space to become and feel like other human beings, improve my vocabulary, get so immersed on what I am reading, get immersed into what I was reading that I forget to exist for a while. Reading is cathartic for my soul, and now I feel like a brand new person. A message to myself, please don't give up on reading again. Always make the time for it. It is vital for your soul. If you don't imagine, nothing ever happens at all. I can totally agree with this. Now that when I was really young, when I was elementary school, junior high, up until I think high school, I used to love reading. Like when I'd come home, all I'd do is read a book. I'd go to the school library, keep renting a lot of novels and books. And it wasn't really like limited, it wasn't just like one genre. There was fantasy, science fiction, nonfiction. There was, just fiction novels, mysteries, thrillers. And I think one of the reasons that I don't have a lot of trouble reading messages, or I try to I've never really come across a message where there's a word that I don't know. And even now, if I look at a script or if I'm reading something, the chance that there's a word that I don't know is very slim. But that's, I think, because I used to read so much. And reading is, exactly, Claudia, you nailed the ball. Not only does it improve your vocabulary, but I think it really helps with the imagination. Because unlike a TV show or a movie, the pictures in your head you have to make up yourself. The author is just providing kind of a baseline. And so, guys, I'd recommend, if you haven't read a book in a while, go ahead and grab a book, check it out. I'm sure you'll have a good time. And if you don't know what to read, ask a friend who does. I'm sure they have some good book recommendations. All right, before we continue to move on, let's check out 2 more songs. The first song is requested by Beatriz of Brazil, Paparazzi by Lady Gaga, followed by Call You Mine by Jeff Burnett, requested by Maud of Thailand. We just heard Paparazzi by Lady Gaga and Call You Mine by Jeff Burnett. We're on our Sunday Corner Scribble Scribble. And our next message comes from Danielle from Australia, saying there is a chocolate hazelnut spread shortage in my state of Victoria and even other states in Australia. The reason behind the shortage is because a bakery near my house decided to make chocolatella-filled donuts, and now hundreds of other bakeries in the state and even around the country are making them, plus other chocolate hazelnut spread-filled treats. A month ago, I got to try one of the donuts, and they are so good. I want to try one of those donuts. They sound amazing. I remember when there was like a combination between a donut and a croissant that came out in New York City that like blew up like crazy, and then it was copied all over the world. And then I'm sure, actually, this may not be the first incident of, this chocolate hazelnut spread-filled donut, but I'm sure that it's very delicious. And, of course, I kind of expect that something like this is going to be popular, just because, bread and chocolate have always been a good combination. But the inclusion of the spread really must give it a really bomb taste. All right, before we move on, you need to send me that donut. Just kidding. And we need to check out 2 songs. The first song requested by Komnuna of Thailand. How are you doing? Are you doing better? Komnuna of Thailand is Blank Space by Taylor Swift, followed by Gone, Gone, Gone by Philip Phillips, requested by Risako of Japan. We just heard Blank Space by Taylor Swift, followed by Gone, Gone, Gone by Philip Phillips. We're on our Sunday show of Music Access and our Sunday Corner Scribble Scribble, where we use Music Access as a giant blank space, where I'll write your name. No, I'm just kidding. Where you can write about whatever you want. And our next message is from Kirsten from the USA, saying, I'm home a day early from my 8-day work stint, and I'm so tired. I'm going to Washington this weekend to visit family and sell pottery. Busy week, and I wish I could visit my dad in Bothell, but I don't know if I'll have time. Busy is good though, I like it. I think being busy is one of the best things that you can kind of do, I guess, because if you're not busy, then you're not doing work. And if you're not working, then you could be playing. And if you're not playing and you're not working, then I don't know, what are you doing? You're probably sleeping. But if you're not doing any of those three things, then you might be doing something else. Unless working is play, then technically play is work. And then if you're working and playing, then you only have to do two things, and then you have to sleep. I'm confusing myself. But in the end, I'm glad that you can go visit family. And what kind of pottery do you make? That sounds like really interesting. In Korea, they have the whole celadon glaze vases and all that stuff that's really, really pretty. But, I'm interested. Is it the pottery that's kind of like the clay color? I guess it would be the clay color, because that would make sense. Anywho, before we continue on, let's check out two more messages. Ariadna of Mexico requested Uri Jip by 2 p.m. and Kirinhe of Thailand requested A Good Boy by Pegayan. We just heard Uri Jip by 2 p.m. followed by A Good Boy by Pegayan. And a side note, one of the things that I thought was really interesting about their stage is that part of the choreo for 2 p.m.'s Uri Jip is they grab the hand how does it go? It's alright, Uri Jip으로 가자. And then they do like they're grabbing the hand, leading them somewhere, which I thought is really interesting because it's not like choreo, but it has a lot of meaning in the action. Anywho, continuing on, Kimberly from the USA saying, Benji, you have such a sweet voice. The other members all have really good voices, but Benji Oppa, wow, you make my heart beat faster. What kind of voice do you like, Benji Oppa? Hope you have a nice day, and I'll send you something soon. I hope you look forward to receiving it. Love, Kim. Yay! I am always super excited to receive anything that you send, so of course I'm going to look forward to it. What kind of voice do I like? There's not a specific voice type that I like. I used to be really into like the husky voices because at one time I was listening to a lot of alternative rock music. And so I'd be listening to, for example, like you'd get to Fall Out Boy and you'd have, he's got smooth vocals. That's not really husky though. What's husky? Like when Bruno Mars came out and everything was like growled. It's like, although it, things like that. And then, we had the Amy Winehouse who has the real attractive vocal qualities. Amy Winehouse, Robin Thicke. Who else is there? Michael Bublé. I think they have really, really special, unique voices. And then, of course, I've just loved R&B ever since I was, younger. Just the lines. Do I give all I am to be now and forever your man? Do I take you to be without question the woman for me? Do I promise you I do? There's a song like this actually. It's called I Do by Boyz II Men. It's an a cappella song. You should check it out if you haven't. I didn't do it any justice at all, but it's really amazing. And but I don't know. I don't have a favorite voice, but I'm not a huge fan of overly aegyo voice. That's what I'll say. If you kind of hey Benji, then I'm like, okay. But then if you come with, yo Benji, what up, brah? Then I'm like, what's up? I'm like, yeah. So I guess that. But for me, what kind of voice am I trying to make? Some of you may be wondering. I like the voice I am now, but I'm just trying to make sure that I can, sing better. I'm working on my skills. It's a work in progress. Alright, so now before we continue on, let's check out two more songs. Isabel of Canada requested Solo Solo Day by B1A4. And Apple of Thailand requested I Just Wanna by Amber featuring Eric Nam. We just heard Solo Day by B1A4, followed by I Just Wanna by Amber featuring Eric Nam. I didn't know about that song, but this song is super, super bubbly, and I like it. It's very, I'm talking about I Just Wanna. It sounds super nice. I am definitely gonna go check it out again after this. Alright, so as it is the end of our first hour, right after a short break, we'll continue on with a Scribble Scribble into the second hour. So, stick around, because we still have a lot more fun stuff to do. Remember, guys, if you want to write in, scribble, scribble on your title. Our song that we're going to listen to is Super Love by Imdami, requested by Samantha of Australia. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of BIG, and our first song starting off the second hour of our show for Sunday, August 2nd was Changing of the Seasons by Two Door Cinema Club. Wow, now here's how you can listen and participate. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphones, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Alright, now before we continue on, let's check out two more songs. The first song is Falling For You by Colby Calais, followed by Nothing But a Song by Tiago York. We just heard Falling For You by Colby Calais, followed by Nothing But a Song by Tiago York. That was a nice song. Da-ba-da-da. I like it. Alright, continuing on, we have our Sunday Corner Scribble Scribble, which is just like using Music Access as a big notepad. Just as you jot down your ideas, thoughts, and what's been on your mind without thinking much on a notepad, you can send them in to us here so we can all share. It'll be your messages filling up this corner, so feel free to just jot down what's on your mind. And our first message for our second hour comes from Fernanda Lopez from Mexico, saying, Hey Benji, how are you today? I am great. I really like to go to the cinema and watch a nice movie, especially action and superhero ones. I love watching them with my friends or family, and of course I love eating the popcorns. I'm sure you do. In Korea, side note, they have squid as part of dried squid as part of the snacks in the movie theater, and it's actually really, really good. If you guys haven't tried it, I recommend you do. In Korea, of course. And of course, movies. A lot of movies have come out. There were movies about crazy drivers. There's movies about spy agents. Spy agents seem to be making, a comeback. There's the Bam 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 movie coming out. We had the whole movie about the British Knights-styled secret agent service. We had comedy movies involving spies, and of course there is the I forgot how the theme song goes. I forgot. It's like there's 3 numbers, and the first 2 numbers are 00. But anyway, of course, action and superhero movies are also making a huge splash. We had the whole group of superheroes. I feel like we're getting really into the whole fantasy era of movies right now. Like, every movie has something very fanatical. And, the whole period of nitty-gritty movies, or, movies that are very kind of a little dark, a little realistic, a little grimy, has passed, and now we're on to a different era of film. Again, this is just my personal opinion, but yeah, I think so. But, I'd really love to go watch a movie soon, have fun watching your movies, and let me know, what movie you watched and how it is, so I can know whether to go watch it or not. Alright, before we continue on, let's of course check out 2 more great songs. Leon Teo of Singapore requested Party by 소녀시대, and Nunu of Vietnam requested 괜찮아요 by B2B. We just heard Party by 소녀시대 or Girls' Generation, followed by 괜찮아요, It's Alright by B2B. And our next message is short, but I have a lot to say about it. It's from Wilma Stevens from Australia saying, Benji, I'm just curious, what's your thoughts on couple outfits? Couple outfits. Okay, guys. So, I've never worn a couple outfit in my entire life. I don't really. Okay, this is just my personal opinion, and I'm gonna keep it as obviously as good opinionated rather, as positive as possible. But I think it's a little bit silly for like a couple to wear like the same shirt, the same pants. Like, I can understand if it's like an accessory, like a necklace or a chain or a bracelet and stuff like that. That's kind of stuff that I can understand. But, if you're wearing like the exact same outfit, it's kind of, my personal opinion is if you're gonna wear a couple outfit or something like that, instead of doing the exact same thing, style it similarly. I think that's much more impressive. Instead of saying, hey, we're a couple now, so we're wearing the same stuff. Instead of that, you don't even have to say it, but people will be like, wow, their style is on point and they look so good. If you need styling help, go ahead and send me a message and I will help you to the best of my ability. Remember, I am BIG's both fashionista and fashion terrorist. But yeah, couple outfits, I don't know. I've never seen the appeal of couple outfits. I see why. Like, if you're dating someone, obviously, you like them, you love them very much. And it would be cute maybe for like a day. But, maybe if you're going to do it like a lot, that will be something a little bit different. I have an idea. A couple shoes. I think that's really cute. And then you style your outfits based on the shoes, but separately, of course. Little things. I think it's about the little ways you can show that you're a couple without blatantly shouting it to the world. We're both wearing yellow bright shirts with ducks on them. I don't know why that popped in my head. Random shirt. Alright, now before we continue on, let's check out two more songs. The first song is I Shake It, Shake It by Sistar. And Vanessa of Canada requested Alone by Infinite. We just heard Shake It by Sistar, followed by Alone by, I made a mistake, it's not Infinite, it is Infinite H, which is the hip-hop unit of the group Infinite, which I personally really, really like their songs. I remember when their first song, or their first kind of Millionaire album came out, and they did it with, Primary and Zion T, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that, they were going to collab with these kind of people, but songs turned out really good as well. Alright, moving on to our next message for our Sunday Corner Scribble, where you can write about anything and everything. We have Nia Boo from the USA saying, Benji, which member did you play that prank on? Was it Hido? Haha, I can see you playing pranks on him because he's the cute pabo. So, I did mention on our Thursday show with Gihun and Aaron that I played pranks. Or I played a prank on my member where I took his card and all that stuff. And I'm not going to say who it is because then it's going to show that he has a short temper. Duh. But I will say this much. When we do play pranks, we mean it all in jest. But the way that people handle it, obviously, some people will be like, oh, this is funny. And some people will think it's not. For example, one day I woke up and realized that something was gone from mine. And I think that's something that, as members we do a lot. We take something and we put it somewhere else as a joke just because, I don't know why we do that. Because honestly, it's not that funny of a prank to have something missing. A funny prank would be like you bought them a cake, but the cake's actually a balloon. Or, you mixed up their shampoo with conditioner. Or, you bought them like a jalapeno flavored, toothpaste or something. That would be a funny prank. But instead, a lot of what we do is just we take stuff or we make fun of them. And, it happens a lot. There's not, I think, a member that gets teased the most. If it is, it's probably me. But that's also because I tease the most. So, it's kind of a good mix and you have to get used to it. But, it's, I think, definitely like if you live with a bunch of guys for a while, you just kind of run out of stuff to do. I don't know, maybe it's just me and my members, but yeah, that's my opinion on that. And if you're going to play pranks, make sure it's very appropriate, because, you don't want to make sure no one gets hurt. That's very important, whether it's physically or emotionally. Alright, before we continue to move on, let's check out two more songs. The first song is Rose by Ihai, followed by 1440 something, which is 1440 by Hogak, requested by Hannah Peg of Korea. We just heard Rose by Ihai, followed by 1440 by Hogak. What did you guys think of that song? The first time I heard it, I was like, because Hogak is very known for his power ballads, his, and he like yells a lot and all that stuff. But this was a very sweet song. I think it's a great summer song. It's also a great spring love song. You know what I'm saying, guys? Maybe confess to your girlfriend with this song. Maybe. Alright, continuing on, we have Miyu from Japan saying, Radio, Whiting, I'm thankful for radio. It's always a lot of fun. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I always say that. And of course, Music Access and our Sunday show, I think, is a very, very relaxed format where we do really, have a tendency to talk about anything and everything, which is so relaxing for me as a DJ, because I can literally just talk about, my own opinions on it and all that stuff, which is really, really perfect. In fact, this is leading into our next message, which is from Chandler Bradley from the USA. What's up? Saying, hello, Benji. I'm having a really strong craving right now. I'm stuck between a huge serving of deep-fried pork and chicken dumplings and a nice bowl of homemade ramen. I can't eat both now. Well, that is only if I want to turn into a giant blob of gluttony. My cravings have gotten the best of me, Benji. Help me decide. You guys know that if there's one thing that I know very well, it's food. And in this decision of deep-fried pork and chicken dumplings or a bowl of ramen, honestly, this is my opinion on this. Right now, for the situation I'm in right now, ramen you can eat anytime because it's a ready-to-make meal. It doesn't take that much time. But when it comes to dumplings, those are something that, at least in my household or in like various places here, you don't eat them a lot. And especially if they're deep fried. You eat a lot of, the kind of, they call them mandu here, like steamed dumplings, and they have all that stuff. But I'm assuming you're talking about the very big kind of pork and chicken dumplings, the ones that are kind of how do you put, like the Chinese style ones, like the very big ones. I go with the dumplings because they sound delicious, and if you need something more to kind of finish that off, eat it with a bowl of rice. When in doubt about whether something's enough food, eat it with a bowl of rice, and it will be enough food. I guarantee. Alright, before we continue on, let's check out two more songs. The first song is Down on My Knees by Ayo, followed by Pretty Wings by Maxwell. We just heard Down on My Knees by Ayo, followed by Pretty Wings by Maxwell. I haven't heard this Maxwell song before. And then I was listening to the opening, and then his voice comes out. I was like, oh, that's soul right there. You know what I'm saying? That voice that I'm talking about? That's my goal. That's what I'm working toward. The minute that I sing something, everyone is listening goes, oof, that's soul. Alright, so this does actually bring us to the end of our show for today. But don't cry. Our last song for today is I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas. This was Benji of B.I.G. and as always, I'll be back.